What is going on, everybody? Mic check, mic check. Let's get this going. How's everybody doing tonight? What is going on, everybody? Mic check, mic check. Oh, we got an echo. We don't want that. Okay, some quick little things to start out with real quick. All of my streams are public open, meaning anybody can join in. Anybody can click that link down below in the City of Hate. Anybody can join the Discord. Anybody is feel free to join and have this discussion. Obviously, right now I want it to be solo. But in the future, if this is something you'd want to join in and this is something you'd want to have your voice heard, I feel like, you know, kind of want to differentiate myself from other people streaming. At the same time, I also fear nobody when it comes to discussion. And also, I feel like voices need to be heard that aren't particularly large, big, or, hey, I mean, we had a couple people on last night. I've never even really heard of them. I've seen their names, so don't feel like I'm hating or anything, but I feel it's important for people to be able to say things, obviously respectfully, because I will remove you if you do some crazy shit, but it is what it is. So, little rainy weekend, haven't really been doing much, slept all day Friday, been overworked all week. Was going to go to Six Flags today, but it was pretty damn rainy. We got Discord messages in the chat. So just been really chilling, playing Helldivers, finished Expedition 33. What am I about to get on to next? You can probably see right here. We want to... You know, I'm the guy that doesn't play any games. Yeah, definitely gonna get onto that clans next. That's probably the next thing. But you know, I'm always down to fly on my flight simulator, you know, do things like that. So let's get started. 42 people, we can get started. Let me finish up my espresso. I'm an old man now, I need that shit. Almost 40. Looking at these things right here. Anybody's down in the Maryland area, you know, secrets, Memorial Day, getting it done. Was in Orlando over the weekend. Was that last week? 2 weekends ago. Did the zero latency. You already saw me post my stats in zero latency. Number 1 in the neighborhood. Number 1 in the lobby. Number 1 in the venue. No deaths, most kills, least deaths, most score, highest headshot. All that good stuff, you know. If anybody's ever gone to zero latency, if you've never been there, I highly encourage you to check out the best VR experience. It's none of that welfare bullshit like Alex Zaddy likes. I'd also recommend Sandbox. Sandbox is more of a point and aim type thing, unlike zero latency where you can move around and things of that nature. But, you know, what we can do right now is to make this a little bit more interesting. We can do a little pop-out chat. And I could put my chat right here. So that way, until other people come in, I can be looking down at one screen and see the chat. And as always, people, if the stream does go out, well then, I hit the damn page up, page down button. What's going on, MDZ, Jazzy, Black Metal Gamer, Tavares, David, Melon Matt, and Melodic Punk, 53 in here. So we're gonna get started real quick. So Tony, and no, I'm not picking on Tony. I do feel like I have been making quite the, let me find this video real quick. Adventures of New Yokio. I feel like I have been making most of my response videos to Tony. And that's not to say that Tony never makes good points. He makes some good ones, he makes some bad ones, but at the same time, I at least can count on Tony to make thoughtful points and points he believes in, points he tries to substantiate factually, and things of that nature. So it's not like Tony is out here, like a lot of these other people, chasing clout and, he's just out here trying to get known, be heard, be seen. If he wants to do that, I'm sure he could just hop into, After Darks or whatever, like he normally does, shit stare, all that good stuff. But Tony ain't out here clout chasing, at least to my knowledge. If he is, he is. If he, I wouldn't know. If he is, he's really doing a good job at it. But let's go over his video real quick. I'll bring it up on the screen. And let's see what we got here. Adventures of New Yokio. So, he comes out with a video, Why I Hate This Community. And, you know what? I'm going to be right ahead and go right ahead and say right now, I agree. I disagree that I don't hate it, but I agree in that I've never liked it. I've really never liked this community at all. Sure, there's some good parts, but overall, what do we have? A bunch of sniving, conniving, weaseling, lying, backstabbing, clout chasing, dishonest, dishonorable, social reject, no life having weirdos. People that actually think that this thing right here in YouTube is somehow reflective or more important than real life. So look, everything Tony says here could be applicable to me, and I'll be the first one to fully admit it. But let's look at my normal day. I wake up, I work out, I go to work, I come home, I work out, I do more work to prepare for the following day. Then I get an hour or two of video games, maybe a little night run on the elliptical, burn 1,000 calories in an hour and a half, go to bed, go take a shower, go to bed, guess what? Wake up, do it all over again. Maybe I hit a weekend on a Friday, I'll go out on a date, I'll go out to dinner, I'll do something fun on a Saturday. Mainly, maybe I'll take an all Saturday game day or all Sunday to relax. There's no football. Every now and again I'll travel, I'll vacation, I'll take day trips. We'll do the thing. But outside of that, you just heard my daily schedule, my weekly schedule. There really isn't a lot to fit in for YouTube. The best time I can do on YouTube is either maybe a Monday when I'm not tired, maybe a Friday when there's no night plans, maybe a Saturday like today when I'm just chilling and, Six Flags plans or something else has been canceled. Maybe a Sunday, but so many people are into that podcasting on Sunday. I don't really like to upload on Sunday. But as far as a weekday goes, after work, I'd have to cut out my midday workout to actually put up a video. So if anybody's saying, I don't take YouTube seriously, like Alex is like, oh, well, you should take YouTube more seriously. You should put in more effort. You should do this. You should do that. I'm like, man, I really don't have time to do that. Maybe you have time to do that, but I don't have time to do that. And for me to have time to do that, I'd have to be fat. I'd have to be lazy. I'd have to live on my couch. I wouldn't be advancing my life. Period. So let's go back to Tony real quick. And I just want to read over some of his comments real quick because actually we could probably go over the highlights. If my mouse would love to cooperate, why is my mouse invisible right now? I've never seen that happen before. Okay, my mouse is invisible. Okay, and even on the touchpad. Oh, you can't see it because it's invisible. What the hell? Okay, it's back. That was the weirdest thing ever. So let's see what he's got. Normally he has some highlights. He doesn't. But look at this guy. This is kind of me. Look at the gaming community sometimes. Like Omega Loser said, how much are they paying you? How much? It's like, I mean, we'll just flip right through it because the console war is over. Bald black people are frauding. Oh no, Alex is lame. Old heads probably gaming. No games are coming out. People are playing the same old crap. He got Kofi in here. I don't know why, but, you know, I don't know why he got Fresh and Fit in here, but wait. Hold up. I'm confused real quick. I'm sorry. We messed up here. I'm sorry. We messed up here. We messed up. We messed up. We need to be on this one. How YouTube quietly got worse. We need to be on this video. I never watch gaming content on YouTube anymore because it sucks now. From grifting to low effort podcasts and race to be first to cover things as the same news, no one else with no extra additives, contents. Tony. Y'all are the creators of English, Tony. And you speaking crazy. And anybody looking right here can see that he is, Pyro2000X is going to be sending you a cease and desist order because this is gimmick infringement right here. You cannot be copying JTech TV. I'm sorry. You cannot be doing that. That is gimmick infringement. So, the grifting. I 1000% agree with grifting. Grifting is a problem on podcasts and content creation all across YouTube. It's even a problem on Weapon Wheel Podcast, and has been a problem. It's not a problem on AGS and some other podcasts I watch. Low effort podcasts. Yes, you know that's also a problem on Weapon Wheel because I've also tried to get it to be a higher effort podcast. It is also a low effort thing on AGS. I don't think it's a problem on AGS that it's low budget, low effort, because let's be real, that's the nature of what Hard 8 is producing. Hard 8 isn't out here producing 4K imagery, videos, multiple camera angles. That's what he's doing. He's not, shortchanging it. He's not being lazy. That's just what he's doing. The race to be first and cover the same news as everyone else. Again, I got to agree with Tony. Some of you people, I don't know what you do for work. I don't know how you have the goal to, go outside on lunch hours during work to make a video, or to make a video at the office, or to even make a video during work time. Sounds crazy. Sounds absolutely crazy. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but that's a beast setup right there. I'd like to have it. But Tony, he's not making bad points. And one of his biggest points is this right here, grown-ass men in banana costumes, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? I mean, let's look at some of the comments right here. I respect you dropping videos on when you have something to say instead of churning out stuff at a sense of obligation. Agree. Only podcast that is enjoyable, AGS Live, especially when it's big gaming week. Weapon hasn't been good since COVID when there was nothing to do. I'm going to admit something right now. This is going to sound haters. I don't care how it sounds haters. I would have probably never admitted it back then because it would be bad for business. But post Hard 8, I have never watched a complete episode of Weapon Wheel Podcast. Not one. I may have chimed in for minutes here and there, but I've never watched a full episode of the Weapon Wheel Podcast. And even those episodes where I wasn't on, I would never go back and watch them. I would just go about my business and just go about my business. Again, this is going to sound haters, and I would not have ever said it because those are my coworkers, or those were my coworkers at the time, and it would be bad for the brand. But I don't entirely find any of them enjoyable to watch, let alone the podcast as a whole to watch. I don't watch any of BG's content. It's just, again, it's going to sound haters, but I'm just going to be honest. I don't find him an entertaining individual. I find him to be an egotistical, pretentious, I'm better than you individual. Jack, I find, makes lazy content. I feel like he used to make great content, but I feel like he's just been beaten down so badly that he just does this out of obligation because he's already put so much time into it. He just does it to do it. He just doesn't even care anymore. Smooth is entertaining. I'll be not exactly the person you would watch for accurate information and great content, but if you want to watch somebody entertaining, you could watch Smooth. But again, I feel like he is checked out as well. He just does it now out of obligation. He has said to me that, basically he's a failed YouTuber, that Planet Xbox is dead. He just doesn't find it to be anywhere even remotely entertaining, or he's just doing it out of obligation. I don't know how Alex feels. I don't know who anybody else feels, but, I see, like, dudes are just eating pizza on camera. Jack is just laying down on camera. Kid Smooth has a buffet every goddamn time he gets on. I'll go as far as to say, I don't even think Hard 8 cares about YouTube. And I could be wrong, but if Hard 8's channel were to disappear tomorrow, I don't think he'd come back. If the donations were to disappear tomorrow, or the money, I don't think he'd come back. And not to say that he doesn't care about his channel, but I really feel like he is just out here talking like me, to speak to people like you, because me and him, we might have different opinions on things, we might have different opinions on games, views, whatever, but we like to put our voice out there because at the end of the day, call it an ego thing, call whatever you will, we hate to see these new age gamers take over our hobby and run around and run amok and be completely unchecked. That essentially might be my primary motivation to be here, because I don't see many gamers like me. I enjoy watching gamers like me. I enjoy watching gamers that have my thought process, my mindset, my wishful think of the direction of gaming should go. And I feel like Hard 8 has, to a degree, that same kind of attitude. Because if we weren't out here speaking our mind, if we weren't out here putting our voices and our opinions out here, it would be exactly what Tony says. Overrun by grifters, overrun by people that just don't even give a damn, overrun by people that are fakes, frauds, and just here primarily to make a buck. Look, you can read the comments. This is why I only watch a small number of gaming pods. You had sucked for ages. There's only one thing wrong here. You got into short segments. YouTube content is chasing the call of safe content. I don't even know what he's saying. Kids are helping ruin YouTube. Exactly. YouTube has been getting worse since the Google Plus days. Agreed. Completely agree with everything in regard to video essays. Yoke never lied, and he didn't start here. Gaming content is fried. Gaming in general is in a bad place. I've said gaming has been in a bad place forever, and people disagree with me. People call me a hater. People call me a contrarian, but now you're out here attacking the grifters. You can just say that I was right. I've been saying this for years. I don't use YouTube to watch anymore. Literally everybody I watch are at least phony and simply normally I have never watched since 2007. People, I don't know if people are typing from their phones. I don't know if I'm going blind. I don't know if I'm drunk, even though I don't drink anymore, but y'all need to write good sentences. I'm sorry. Controversial statement, but I think the most harmful change ever made to the site was the partnership program. I agree. Yes, the fake reaction videos. I agree. One of the best gaming YouTubers is Nakey Jakey. I'll check him out. I've never heard of him. Be the change you want to see. I agree. Time to take back reality. I agree. Dreamcast guy just repeats the same things towards different words. I don't agree because I don't see. I don't know, but that AIDS comment was wild. Big facts, you hate to see it. Big talk coming from Blaze, who pretty much grifts and carries on and sheeps along with the rest of these people. You already know how I feel about Blaze, and he can complain and cry about Rev, or I don't know, somebody's gonna tweet him or message him. He's gonna join in and say his piece, whatever. Don't care. I said what I said, and I mean what I say. There are people here that want to join the cool kids club. They don't want to cut people off for being fuckboys. They don't want to cut people off for being fuck niggas. They just want to go where everybody else is and be cool with the group. They don't want to stand on their own 2 feet. They don't want to hold their own dignity. They don't want to carry their own nuts. I keep seeing Dreamcast guy. Well, you get the idea here, people. YouTube is not the same as what it used to be. It is not the same as it once was. And as far as me being critical of Weapon Wheel, look, I'm not the most entertaining guy either. But you know what the funny thing is? You can take a bunch of parts that are individually not amazing, but together form something great. I mean, the Zords, come on. We got the Tyrannosaurus Rex, you know, we had the cheetah. It wasn't the cheetah, I don't know, the lion, the Triceratops. No, I'm dumb. Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, saber-toothed tiger, Tyrannosaurus. All of them individually, trash. When they form the Megazord, they can do something good. They can do something good. So, I want to juxtapose what we were talking about earlier, because some people are calling Tony a hater. And I need to figure out what in the hell is going on with this mouse. I've never seen a mouse not have a cursor. Even the trackball does not have a cursor. Huh. Unbelievable. Oh, and now it wants, every time I complain, it wants to come back. So, let's talk about this. 2024. No, we're still wrong. We're still wrong here. So, yes, this is where I wanted to call Tony out real quick. Tony made this video, The Fall of Weapon Wheel Podcast, July 9th, 2021. But if I go to Tony's channel and I type in The Fall of Weapon Wheel, I don't see anything. Nothing. Tony doesn't make many videos, so if I keep scrolling, will I find this video 3 years later? Yeah, all of his videos are on one page right here. Control F, The Fall. I don't see it. I don't see it. So, because I don't see this video, am I to believe that BG got to Tony? That BG made him remove this video? Or did I make this response and he realized that he was wrong and he removed the video? Either way, oh, Tony, like, I need you to stand 10 toes down on your convictions. Because Tony, you know, had some good points in this video. And we'll drag them down here real quick. So one of his major points was hard 8 times leaving and leaving Bond and guests unchecked. I don't understand how I need to be checked because what I talk about is true. And what I talk about is factual. I'm the one that did the checking. Unfortunately, you know, I was the one eventually that got checked, but that is a time and a discussion we've already had. Inviting annoying guest on, weak ass guest. You know, I could agree with Tony. And then he came to this one. Apparently, well, I don't know why I can't make this bigger. He came to the conclusion that, you know, the weapon wheel is going to keep falling, that it's not doing good. But, you know, I could check out BG's channel and, you know, we could see for itself. So he says that it has 87,000 subscribers. The Weapon Wheel podcast channel has done nothing to grow and has only regressed quality rise, and no subscriber count has grown. So, Tony, July 9th, 2021, you said this, and BG had 87,000 subscribers, and now he has 109,000 subscribers. So, 22,000. Tony, I'm going to have to say you're wrong. From 3 years ago to now. 500 live viewers. This is a steep drop from the original days where they would average from 800 to 1,000 viewers, but they now match that live viewers of Press Start. Well, I don't know what Press Start is doing right now, or whatever their podcast is right now, but now they're at, like, you know, between 3, 5, and 6. So yes, that has dropped. Another drop off in viewership from the original 18 to 20,000 views days. They're now used to receiving 10 to 14. Now, this is a very contentious one for Tony, and I'll tell you why. We'll bring this one down here. So, 3 years ago, this video was made, right? And he's saying, you know, views are now 10 to 14,000. Before it was 18 to 23. I'm not understanding where he's saying that, because if I'm at 3 years ago, let me see if I can zoom in on this bad boy. All right, so if I'm at 3 years ago right here, I'm seeing 19, 15, 14, 16, 15, 13, 12, 390,000, 62,000, 195,000, 96,000, 16,000, 253, 223, 204, 14, 11, 31, 67, 221, 476,000, 176,000, 87,000, 280,000, 39,000, 25,000, 210,000, 40,000, 42,000, 148,000, 19,000, 120,000. I don't know where Tony is getting those numbers from. I really don't know, because that when he made that video, we were killing it and we were crushing it. So I don't know where Tony has been getting those numbers. Now, if we go to the current videos, which would be as of 6 months ago, let's see, because that's when I got booted off. So we got 15, 19, 13, 21, 14, 17, 12, 13, 11. Yeah, it's kind of dropped off in the last 3 months. 11, 11, 10, 10, 10, 10, 15, 11, 8.5, 11, 14, 10, 8.5, 8.9, 13. So this assessment is not right when he originally made this video, but this assessment now is very right. And I guess I'll click on some views, some videos. We can check to see, you know, what the like ratio is. Why not? I'm already on the goddamn channel. Who cares? I mean, we got 373, 303, 301, 320, 367, 367, 290. Okay, Tony's not wrong when he comes out with this latest video. And in this latest video, he is definitely talking about Weapon Wheel and BG, because, you know, he definitely brought up BG. Definitely did. So, yeah, I didn't agree with Tony back then, but I'll agree now. And, you know, it's exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about people like Dreamcast Guy. He was definitely talking about BG, I believe. He had the gamer on there. It's got BG in his react. So like, yeah, maybe he jumped the gun with the weapon wheel 3 years ago, but Tony isn't wrong right now. Definitely isn't wrong right now, and you know, you can look at it right here. You know, you gotta jump on the latest grift and jump on the latest bandwagon and jump on the latest thing. I mean, Jesus, dude. I don't even know what this guy's name is. I forgot, but he's lame. This guy right here, Mutar or whatever, decent dude, but you know, I'm so sick and tired of people criticizing things and then buying them. He was a big, huge critic of the Switch 2, went out and bought it. Alex, you already know how I feel about Alex, like the king of grifting and all that other bullcrap. So, yeah, I mean, actually, we go through some of his comments real quick. I want to see what the people are trying to say. Oh, we actually already did go through the comments, but I am not going to disagree with Tony right here. I'm wondering where his original video went. I'm wondering why it's just mysteriously gone. I don't know. Maybe the higher ups got to him, or you know, the supreme leader got to him. But yeah, I mean, YouTube ain't the same anymore, dog. We had the personalities. We had people that wanted to collaborate. We had people that wanted to communicate. We had people that wanted to work together. Now everybody more or less is about pushing other people down in an effort and an attempt to elevate themselves. They act like there's only this much of a pie and they need to get their own section of the pie, whereas instead of people actually work together, you could increase the size of the pie and increase the size of the community, but this community has never grown and never increased in size because there's too many people just wanting to get the top spot and nobody ever wants to help anybody out. Nobody wants to collaborate. Everybody's trying to use everybody. And that's really exactly what it is. Fake outrage YouTubers are bad. Alex is weird as fuck. Biggest hypocrite for buying a Switch 2 before telling people. Exactly. There's so many people. Like, yo, even Tony was talking bad about the Switch 2. Then he goes out and buys one. Like, come on. BG's the Snake, Bond, Hard 8, and Jack Move carried the podcast. I remember one guest time trash JoJo and praise Tokyo Ghoul. Bring up statistics and their pod period times can always be vital. I mean, look, the numbers don't lie, people. The numbers do not lie. They don't. So, anybody else wants to come in here and say your piece, you are more than welcome. Praise Adon. Up well from 2015 to 2017. Patreon was goated. Classic episodes when D-Batch joined. Wepwell 86 when Bond went swimming on Wepwell 101. I mean, that's a good point. We're talking about things like going off topic and derailing podcasts. Literally, some of the best moments on a weapon wheel were derailing the podcast, like swimming in a pool. Like, but everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to be the star. Everybody wants to be like Jerry Krause and have it, oh, it's got to be my team. Oh, it's got to be my way. Oh, it's got to be this way. Oh, it's got to be that way. Nobody else can have input. Eat a dick. Do it yourself. It's just lame. It's just lame. Like nobody here is real. And all these people talking about, you know, we hate your Bond tales. We hate this about you. We hate that about you. And Tony's 100% guilty of this too. Tony has hated on me so many times for having a life. And the funny thing is, what do people hate most about Tony? That motherfucker having a life. So Tony, like, all the negative stuff you've ever experienced here, that's everything I've experienced before you. Y'all was hating on me, and now y'all hating on Tony because Tony making money, Tony fine dining, Tony got chicks, Tony doing this, Tony doing that. Oh, show me how to make money, Tony. Oh, show me how to trade, Tony. Help me out, Tony. Ball washers, man. Everybody be hating you until they want to find a way to try to use you. And then when they have no more need of you, then they try to get rid of you and try to say they can do everything without you. That is what it is. Now, there are some people I do watch. I do like to listen to AGS. I do like to listen to RGT. I will occasionally listen to Spawn Wave. If Rev uploads a video, I'll watch Rev. If Seventh is live streaming or uploads a video, I'll pop in here and there, but that's pretty much it. But when I think about it, I resonate with Hard 8, similar age. I resonate with Rev, similar age. I resonate with RGT, similar age. I resonate with Spawn Wave, similar age. Y'all seeing a pattern? I don't want to watch children. I don't want to watch kids flossing, playing Fortnite, playing Warzone, playing Roblox. I want to watch people I can, don't want to say agree with, but I can relate to. I don't relate to a lot of these other people. I don't relate to, definitely don't relate to anybody else in Weaponwheel, I'll tell you that much. I mean, I've never been to prison, but I relate more to Hard 8 than the rest of these people, but it is what it is. I mean, I knew Rags was scum for years. Makes sense he's friends with Short Fat Otaku. I don't even know who that is. But yeah, if anybody wants to speak their mind, speak the piece, you can hit that join the Discord button right in the description of the video. You can come in here and you can speak your own mind. You can speak your own piece. I mean, I definitely realize there's things that the community could do that we could do better in. But again, people are so stuck not wanting to collab, not wanting to work together, not wanting to grow, not wanting to expand. They want to be two-faced. They want to use you to elevate themselves and push you down. Like, if people are not seeing a one-sided benefit of things, they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to deal with you. That is what it is. King Bond. No, it's the mayor. We ain't kings yet. Now, we'll give Tony some credit. Like, Tony's videos are good. They're not often. He's probably related to Blandro in some way, but dog, like, again, nobody should feel bad for not making content, for trying to be a slave to this YouTube machine. Everybody got mad at me for not going on After Dark, or, oh, we're paying to do this, we're paying to do that. I put in my work. If y'all want more content, y'all could have watched all the other members' channels too. You know, it'd be funny as hell when people were complaining, oh, there's not enough content, and yet when Jack was making videos, when Blandrew was making videos, I was making videos, Sue was making videos, like, y'all could have gone all over there. You didn't just have to watch content on that one channel. Crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. You know, this is probably going to be another thing I should have talked to Tony about, or agree with Tony about. This might not even have been able to be made a live stream. This could have just been made a video. Because I don't really see me going too much longer on this. We've gone... How long have we gone so far? 38, 40 minutes, and I don't even think it needed to go this long. But at the same time, I didn't want to make a crazy ass video that was going to go this long. I expected people to want to come in here and speak their own mind, speak their own piece. I mean, y'all have the floor. Melon, you want to come in? Jazzy, you want to come in? Y'all can speak. Jabari, you want to come in? Y'all can speak. That mic, that lobby is open. Well, since nobody really wants to speak, I would love to keep talking, but I'm gonna be honest with you people. It's Friday, or no, it's Saturday, and I got a lot better shit to do. So if nobody wants to come in and nobody wants to speak, then I think I should be able to get out of here and enjoy the rest of my evening. Yeah, I've definitely considered streaming Trails. Trails is a good game. Another thing that does also hinder content creation, especially, like, it's one thing if you had like the weapon wheel or the AGS where something has been going on for so long that you know when to show up, you know where to show up, you know how to show up. It's here. As opposed to anybody else making a stream, it has to be, when somebody finds time. And that could be different any time of the year, any time of the day, any time of the week, any time of the month. But if nobody has anything else to say, oh, Mr. JRPG. Maybe a lot of people are just joining the Discord, but don't really have anything to say on this. I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes to see if anybody wants to pop in on this before I cut it off. Because I just like to shoot the shit, address the people every now and again. I feel like you guys, you like to see my immaculate hairline and my locks and my full-grown beard and everything. You like to see the results of people in the gym. You like to see an actual human that looks normal, athletic. It's something you can potentially aspire to be. But hey, if you on them weapon meals, hey, I ain't gonna hate on you. Order it up. Uber Eats it. But yeah, real quick, if you didn't check out the last stream, which was the Expedition 33, oh, somebody has joined.
That looks.
What is up, Mr. JRPG? How you doing?
What up, Bond? How's it going, man?
It's going good. Let me turn you down a little bit. I don't know why people are so loud or so quiet. I can never get it good right.
Sorry about that.
You finished.
I might be a little bit too close.
You're all good. You finished Expedition 33, right?
Nah, I haven't finished that. I haven't been able to game for a while because it's been pretty crazy at work. Really, like 14-hour shifts. It's just been insane. So I haven't even.
I'm glad you said something, because I was just about to spoil the ending and go right into that shit.
Oh, thank God.
You came in literally 5 seconds just in time. I was about to go in. But so hold on. Man. You mean to tell me that you're working 14 hours a day and you're not concentrating on gaming and YouTube? Why would you do such a thing?
Unfortunately, I gotta pay rent, man. I gotta pay my bills, so I kind of got a choice. And it's great for me, honestly, just staying a little bit more in the office to make a little bit more money. So,
but why wouldn't you just concentrate on YouTube and content creation and just being an online loser?
Man, it's very time consuming for very little payoff sometimes. That ad revenue doesn't come through every single month, so I need that guaranteed paycheck every 2 weeks.
Agreed. Let me ask you a question. I have no
Mm.
idea, but let me ask you to see if I'm right. The reason you make YouTube videos, not because of the money, but it's because you have a passion for a hobby and you'd like to share your passion and you'd like to interact with people that are more like minded with your passion. Because probably in your everyday life, you probably don't meet many people that are like you in regards to this passion and this hobby, correct?
Yep, 100%, man. I mean,
Boom,
I would love.
boom,
Uh,
got it. I feel like
yeah,
that's why the majority of legit people are here. You're either here for that reason or you're here to grift and clout chase. And I'm not here to grift and clout chase.
yeah, I completely understand that, Bond. I would love to be on here to make YouTube videos to, replace my everyday 9 to 5 job, but unfortunately I can't do that. I do it for the love of the hobby. I do it for the love of the game. Sometimes within the JRPG space, I'm sure you've seen it where people are just like they're really fake. They're not really playing the games. They're really just doing like a first few hours of the game because you can't beat a JRPG within a week after getting a review code for it. So it's kind of crazy how some of these people act around here, and I wish I had more time to do the stuff.
Oh, I agree. But you get called a fake and a phony if you don't play every game day one. God forbid you are an adult with bills, a job, a girlfriend, college, school, whatever. And I mean,
Yeah,
I was told that I don't even play new games when they came out. But from what my last stream came up, Smooth said he was the only one that's beaten Expedition 33. Color me surprised.
I really did. Did he play on like easy or something like that? Because I feel like he probably lowered the difficulties in to
Look,
some extent.
even if he did, I will give it to Smooth to finally have beaten a turn-based JRPG.
You know what? You're right about that. He did snub Octopath Traveler, and I'm a little bit
Yep.
still upset about that. So yeah.
You got to start somewhere, and Smooth starting there is good. I mean, I need to get back on the Trails games. Like, here's my problem with the Trails series. I still need to finish Reverie, and I haven't gotten to into Daybreak yet. My thing is this: is like when I play one, I know I got 4 or 5 to beat. But when I play another RPG, I'm like, oh, it's just one. 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 You know what I mean? But I know when I get back on Trails, like I'm not going to get back on any other RPG. It's gonna be like 4 games straight. Which I need to do is go back to what
Yeah.
I was doing it before, was keep playing it until I get burnt out, and then switch it up, and then come back, because that's what I did before.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go about it. I mean, I usually don't get burnt out from JRPGs, but I'm not gonna lie. Daybreak one kind of kind of burned me out a little bit there, and I think it's gonna burn you out too when you play it because there's just some points in that game it's just like it's not over, really. um,
Ugh.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot. JRPGs are a lot to finish
I
sometimes.
have a really bad problem, big issue with a lot of games that do that. I feel like a lot of games should end an act or two before they actually end. Oh, hold up, we got more people coming in. But I feel like some games should end an act or two before they end because like games just be dragging now. I'm like, dog, it ain't over yet. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's how you're gonna feel when you play Daybreak. Finally, it's gonna be a lot of dragging.
Yeah, but in regards like Tony, I don't know. Did you watch Tony's video about content creation?
No, I actually didn't watch that video. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed. I don't know why it didn't come up to my feed.
But
Weird.
the general consensus is where he's claiming YouTube isn't the same as it used to be. Content creation is like at an all time low. People are just run through the motions. People are lazy. People are grifting. People are clout chasing. What do you think about things of that nature?
I mean, he's got kind of a point. It is the get the bag type of deal. I don't have that many people that I'm subscribed to that does it for the love of the game. But yeah, the clout chasing, the topic of the week type deal is what people are all talking about. Like, I'm surprised. Like, my feed got full with Stellar Blade stuff because that's what came out. So, I mean, it is what it is. It sucks that it's not like it was back in the day where people were just doing it because they like to do it. But I can understand it's where that ad revenue is.
Me?
Yeah, I get you. MDZ, is that you? What's going on?
Yes. Yeah, I've now my let's say my headset is now working. So I miss my plug. from the previous one, so I use my phone instead from communicating. So that's why I was looking for the next day. So I'm glad I found it,
Yeah,
so I can finally speak my mind.
and boost you
Yeah,
back to the original. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. About Trails, I have yet to beat Trails into Horizon, and I have already the PS5 version of Kai no Kiseki.
Wait, I was about to say Horizon didn't even come out yet, but when you said Kaseki, then or Kase, how do you pronounce it? I'm assuming you're playing
Yeah.
Japanese versions.
I'm about to play it, but now the PC version is coming out. Uh, I can play the Japanese version as well on the PC version.
That's good.
So for some reason I bought it. I want to play it ASAP, but then for some reason I didn't have the time to play it. I played other games as well on PC. I'm very used to playing on PC lately, so that's the reason.
Definitely is one of the better platforms right now. I mean, I hear Sony saying
Yeah.
they're already concentrating on PS6, and to me, the PS5 never even got started, and they're already concentrating on PS6, which is wild.
Yeah. I think my reason from not playing on console lately is the ease of use that the PC has. You can watch streams, you can play games at the same time, you can play whatever games you want to play. You have PlayStation exclusives that are coming to PC. There are plenty of RPGs are on PC. So for me, it's no reason to own a console as of late. Maybe a Switch for maybe Nintendo games, and that's it.
I kind of feel the
But
same way, especially if you're a JRPG game. Do you have a Switch 2 yet, RPG guy, Mr. JRPG?
Nah, definitely not. I am not buying a Switch 2 at all. Like until an OLED comes out, or until a Fire Emblem
Damn.
or Xenoblade, I'm not getting the Switch 2. That thing is just like you got to be completely just in Nintendo's ass to get a Switch 2 right now, because it's no different. There's not that many games for it. If you want to play a Mario Kart World, I guess, but nah, give me some actual games that I could play, new games.
I mean, but it's going to be the JRPG console, so you're going to have to get it eventually.
Yeah, I know it's inevitable. It's completely inevitable. Like I said, when a Fire Emblem or Xenoblade gets announced, I'm out the door to Best Buy, GameStop, whatever. Just take my money, and I got no choice. But right now, I'm trying to hold the line.
And that's one thing I don't feel like a lot of people did. For all the criticism guys like Shokyo gave it, Tony gave it, everybody folded. And I didn't appreciate that. Like, let me see if I can pull it up on Twitter real quick. It was a good post. Let me see if
I think the problem.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the problem is the way they criticize things and then not standing behind the whole standing the ground. And that's the problem in gaming in general lately.
It's like I've always kind of said to my friends and people that I discuss gaming with. Just gamers in general are just terrible with voting with their wallets. You want to complain about games being $80 and whatnot, but you still want to buy them? That don't make no sense. You complain about everything going up, but for some reason these systems are still selling. People are still going to these really expensive outings. I don't understand it, but you got a problem with everything going up in price, but you got no problem buying everything. It's weird.
Unfortunately, people are still paying for $80, $70 games. Unfortunately, but yeah, I find ways to buy it for less. Fortunately, because I'm in Europe, I can buy it in French for 60 or 50 at the most. Yeah, I bought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for 58 euros at the time. No way in hell am I buying 70 for that game.
Damn, somebody
So, yeah.
made like a post where it was a bunch of YouTubers, I can't find it. They were like making fun of the Switch 2, and they went out and bought it.
Yeah.
I thought I bookmarked it. I guess I didn't, but it's crazy. A lot of people what sense does it make to criticize something and not be happy about something and then buy it day one? Maybe you buy it later in a year or months down the road, whatever, but like to buy it day one to be critical of it just makes absolutely no sense to me.
I mean, sometimes I can understand why the YouTubers might buy it because they want to put out a video and that's easy views, easy ad revenue, I guess. But for everybody else, like you said, Shokyo and stuff like that. Well, Shokyo makes videos, but he doesn't make like videos on games and stuff like that. But I don't understand why everybody was so quick to buy it. I will admit I have my own Discord, and I saw a whole bunch of people in my Discord like they brought the Switch 2 day one, and I was kind of feeling that FOMO a little bit, but I was just like, I don't need it right now. It's good. I can survive without it. I'm good.
But here's the worst thing though. Even if you do make content, what precedent is that saying that you make a video trashing the thing and you buy it day one?
Double standards.
Yeah, it kind of makes you look like a hypocrite.
Yep.
It's pretty.
Welcome to YouTube, where you can be a contradicting hypocrite and still make content, and people have no issue with it.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple YouTube. I think RGT or something like that, or maybe some ordinary gamers. They said that they were shitting on the Switch 2, so they're shitting on the price, shitting on how much the console was, and they all said, "But I'm still gonna buy it day one. I'm still gonna have it. It doesn't really matter that much." I'm like, bro, you're part of the problem. Nintendo was looking at those day one, week one, month one sales. Like, you're the issue. Like, stop doing this.
Well, I did talk to RGT about that, or not about that specifically, but I did ask if he was buying it, and he said he was because like that's his job. It's his job to cover and review things, so it's like if he don't buy it, he don't work.
Yeah.
So regardless of what he's criticizing, like he has to buy it. No Switch 2, no channel, no work. My man's got bills.
So what about people like Dreamcast, that guy?
I mean, same difference. I would assume that's his job too now.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think YouTube is Shokyo's job.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, good point.
I don't think.
I do remember.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying, if YouTube is your job, I get it. I may not agree with that. I may not like it, but I get it. But for the regular, average, everyday person, 99.9% of people, YouTube is not their job.
Agree. But I think the reason why Shokyo was saying that, I think he was specifically saying, don't buy the Switch separately with the game card excluded, but may buy the bundle instead in order to prevent that part. That's what I heard on his live stream, and some on his video on the Switch.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna support a company that's just trying to fuck people in the ass. I'm just sorry.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, this is funny. I don't know if you've seen this, but limited run games and like other like collector's editions where they're putting their Switch game on the game key card. Where was this shit? Let me find it. What is what fuck? Who's the one that publishes Trails games? It's escaping me right now.
Nippo Ichi Software?
No, their website, Nisa. There we go.
Yeah.
It's Disgaea. I gotta find this.
Sky 7 Complete Edition.
Yep.
Man, Disgaea 7. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah.
Wow, what happened?
Nah, I'm not feeling the Disgaea series anymore. It's not the same.
Oh,
too much.
Found it.
Much Disgaea played.
So look at my screen right here, man. They've had this complete Udo edition for Nintendo Switch 2, right? This shit's been up here for about a week. You can see it. It's been up here for a week. It's still at 100% stock meter. This
Really?
collector's edition still at 100%. Ain't that crazy?
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
And if you go to Twitter, let me find it. Let me find this guy.
Yeah.
I'll move it down real quick. It says, Wellness America are releasing Disgaea 7 Complete Edition. as a game keycard. Their official explanation is to align with the evolving platform trends. The so-called trend seems to be crashing and burning, and stock for the game is still at 100% 24 hours after the announcement. So, people aren't buying it because they know it's just a game card key. And it's funny because we had people like Blandrew stating, oh, I won't buy Trails on the PC because it's not a physical copy. Oh, I won't buy games on Game Pass because it's digital. I don't own it. I won't buy any digital copies. And yet the reality is most of these games you're going to be buying on the Switch 2 are digital copies in a cart.
He bought it. He bought all of those games as a game key card. Sonic and etc.
You're probably
So,
you're probably better off just downloading the game digitally than buying a game card key. The game card key is pointless. It just unlocks the game. Why not just have it on your system digitally so you don't need a game key card to unlock it?
Yeah, it does not make sense at all what they're doing. Let's say I think people have now double standards with game how can I say best preservation. They say things like, "Oh, digital's not preservation. You have to buy the physical one instead." But then later down the line with the Switch 2 and other systems, you have to download and install digitally now. I think the PS5 you don't have to at the same time, but
some games you do. I know Doom got a lot of flack for it.
Yeah. I remember Spyro Trilogy had that as well on the PS4. One game complete on the disc, and then two other games were downloadable on the internet. That's what I remember back in 2018, 2019. So instead, I bought it on Steam. Yeah, for a complete game instead. Yeah. I think another thing I think what people are saying nowadays with preservation is double standards now, for what I heard. When it comes to Nintendo, physical, and then they still bought a digital one or the GameCube one.
No, everything about these fanboys will always be hypocritical. Nintendo fanboys said, "Oh, you pay to play online, and we'll never do that." What are they doing right now? Paying to play online. Oh, we'll never do digital downloads. What are they doing now? Digital downloads. Oh, the whole game's not on the disc. We get our whole game on the cart. What are they doing? Buying game key cards. Oh, they're increasing the price of games to $70. We'll never do that. Not only did Nintendo increase Tears of the Kingdom to 70, they made Mario Kart 80. We already knew that Tears of the Kingdom 70 was definitely made so they could definitely spread that booty hole more when it came to the Switch 2. We already know. We already knew that. And they fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. It's a lost battle now, unfortunately.
It's not really a lost battle because if you look at Steam on PC, Sony rolled back their region locking for all their games.
Yeah.
PC
That's what I like about PC.
They're the only ones that they're the only ones that people stand up to.
Yep.
It's a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yo, Bon, real quick. I don't mean to like pivot here a little bit, but like the whole falling out with Weapon Wheel and whatnot. It's just fascinating to me how BG kicked you off the podcast, and then like he immediately blocked you, like during the initial run, like the beginning of the year, I believe it was.
I remember that as well.
Was there nothing did anything transpire prior to that? Like, were you guys in the DMs arguing or something like that? It's kind of weird.
Not at all.
So he just blocked you out of nowhere. That doesn't even make any sense. Listen, like I have my own opinions on BG. I think he's an okay YouTuber at this point. But it's kind of weird to me that he just blocked you, because if nothing happened and it was just a neutral quote unquote departure or letting go of you, why exactly would he block you? Like I have my own podcast, and I've like removed people from the podcast before, but I've never blocked them. I feel like there's just a reason why you would block somebody.
When he
After
blocked me, I made the joke saying, "Well, looks like that's it for me, guys." And then I was right. It was it for me. Because why would you block somebody on your own pod? It doesn't make any sense.
yeah, that didn't make any
Like
sense.
if you don't want to hear anybody, you could just mute them. But like if I need to contact you or something, hey, the pod, these are the topics, or we're gonna be late, or we're not gonna be here for this day or this day. But I mean, look, whatever he did is what he did. He could say whatever he wants. It was clearly a calculated maneuver. So his choice, his decision. I mean, the numbers reflect what's happening, as you could definitely see, because when Tony first made his video, we were making bangers that were hitting hundreds of thousands, and now they're making 10,000 and less. So it is what it is. Not my thing to worry about anymore. Not my thing to do about anymore. I put in my time. I put in my energy. Was it always appreciated? No. I wanted to do more with it. I wanted to make it bigger and better, but nobody really would listen or pay attention to me. And now they're doing what they're doing. They're just rolling through the motions. You know, Jack is disinterested. Kid Smooth's phone to get in. And this is pretty much their own words, not mine. So, not really my thing to do right now. I mean, look, everybody has a job in real life, and you don't have to like your coworkers, but you work with them, right?
Yep, exactly. I have that exact same problem at work right now.
Shaq didn't like Kobe. Kobe didn't like Shaq. Jordan and Pippen didn't like each other. People ain't like Rodman. People don't like Draymond, but you get it done. But, you know, he thought he wanted to go somewhere else, but, you know, that's his prerogative. I ain't badmouth him or anything. I ain't like, look, I didn't badmouth him or anything. I just said what was happening and what was true. If Homeboy just came to me like a man, just said, you know, we're doing this, we're doing that, okay, cool. But, like, to me, he just didn't have to do it the way he did things. And that's really all I got to say about it.
Okay, I was just curious about it.
No, it's all good. I mean, I'm an open book. I got no problem answering anything. And, you know, so ironically, the person that came out of that whole situation the best is probably Hard 8, because he's the one who's been vindicated the most in that whole scenario.
True. Good point.
Because everything that he said that people denied and said didn't happen, in the end, he ends up being the one that's right. What? Yes. Somebody made up the whole point. Why is the room inverted? Agreed. How do I flop the cameras around? Or is that even possible? Video settings. Whatever. Fuck it. I'll worry about that another day. Maybe I could just do that in the recording software. But yeah, somebody did mention that, and it is right, because the camera is inverted. But yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah, that's how that situation happened. Is what it is. You know, don't really care for anybody involved in that situation. But I've just kind of made it clear, like, you know, everybody knows what happened, and if you're somebody that still wants to, you know, like, associate with them and do business with them, like, I just don't need to be around you. Just how I look at it. Somebody said,
I haven't watched his.
I'm sorry, real quick. Somebody said, praise Adon. Bon, how often did you try to get him and 8 to talk? Dog, I tried to get him and 8 to talk, not to rehash shit, probably twice a year, every year since Hard 8 was gone. I just didn't, like, here's how I look at things in life, right? Things can happen 3 different ways. Net positive, net neutral, net negative. That's how I look at things. Every action I take. If it's a net negative or net neutral, why do it? The best that it can do for you is nothing. The worst that it can do for you is something negative. I at least need a net neutral or a net positive. That's either do something good for me, or at worst, it's just a net. It's just washes. It's a net regular, just a net nothing. But if something has a potential to be a negative, then no. Now, some things, I guess, would be a fourth category if it could be a net positive or net negative, but I guess I would classify that as a risk. But really, in YouTube, what are you really risking? You're risking more by doing without than doing with. Continue. That's the end of my diatribe.
No problem. Yeah, I haven't watched Weapon Wheel ever since the whole kick out. Since you got kicked out, so yeah, that's all I only have to say. Yeah, I think what they did was yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, it wasn't they. It
What they
was
did.
one person. So you don't
Yeah,
really
one
have
person.
to.
BG. Yeah, BG.
Can't really put it on Jack Smooth unless like they all did something we don't know. But yeah, you can't put it on them.
I
Uh,
will
Ja-
say BG is a little bit more free to be a little bit more. I don't know. He doesn't have to explain his standpoint on some things without you checking him. It's a little bit weird sometimes. It's like there are some things that he brought up some points, and I'm like, Bomb would check you on this so badly if he was still here. But you're getting away with murder right now, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird how BG some stances that BG takes
But that's what
sometimes.
was good about the podcast. I mean, everybody would get checked. I mean, not me as much as everybody else. But look, there's even sometimes that I got checked. Like I can never remember the situation, but I remember one episode where Jimmy was like, "But Bomb, what about?" And I'm like, I had nothing to say to that man, but you got me. But like I just had nothing to say. Like, yeah, do you remember that? You remember that episode? It was like, I was like, you got me.
Yeah, I remember that
I
one. Yeah,
don't remember what it's about, but like, look, like if you say something crazy or you say something contradictory or somebody catches you on something, like, dog, just own it. I don't understand this useless pride that people have where like they just can't admit when they were wrong. If you're caught dead to rights, just fucking own it like a man. You're not like, dog, like, man, Kevin Samuels ever watched an episode of Weapon Wheel one time, man, he'd be like, accountability is like kryptonite. God damn. Like, I just don't get it. Like, if people got you, they got you.
Yep.
He said you're getting
Yeah.
away with murder. That's funny as shit, though.
I think even Hard 8 was calling him out as well back in the Weapon Wheel
Yeah, Hard
when
Eight
he
calls people
saw
out.
bullshit.
Right?
Yeah.
He's called me out. Like, look, I don't mind. And the Hard Eight's called me out plenty of times. Like, I don't mind getting called out. It's like Mr. JRPG guy said, like, if nobody checks you and nobody calls you out, you just continue to look crazy.
I agree. I think that's what I like about YouTube back in 2013. That everyone has their own taste, own opinion, own look about video games. Even though I do not agree with most of those people. Let's say Solid Rep, for example. I didn't agree with him about certain things about Nintendo or PlayStation or something else. But then I still watch his video because I like watching his video. Same thing with Hard 8. Same thing with you. Same thing with Shadow Elite. Same thing with anyone.
Yeah, I don't agree with Hard Eight and Rev on a lot of things, but like, and it's not because what they say is wrong. It's just that people got to understand, like, there's no two gamers that are alike. Everybody's different. Everybody has different tastes. So when I say I don't agree with people, it's not like they're always factually saying something wrong. It's just like I got a different taste. Like somebody says LeBron is better than Jordan, I don't agree, but it doesn't mean they're. I mean, yes, in my heart they're wrong, but it doesn't mean like fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't mean like factually they're wrong.
Yeah, like you just said something, Bond, that just resonated with me. Like there are so many different gamers out there. It just fascinates me how there are like really young gamers that have no idea that DLC is like a relatively new thing. That before, back in the day, you can unlock stuff in game all the time, especially in like JRPGs with costumes, with fighting
Agree.
games like characters and colors. Now they just default think that, oh, I just gotta pay for this costume or I just gotta pay for these colors. It's like it's not like that, but they have no experience with being back in the PS2 or PS1 days. It's really fascinating.
Gotta
It's like we're
blame
getting
the
edged
damn
out.
horse armor.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that started it all.
Goddamn horse armor. But yeah, a lot of people in general here aren't receptive of people with differing opinions. Yeah, look at the number one reason why people do not like me, hated me, don't like me on YouTube, it's one, they don't like my views and opinions on video games, and two, they don't like that I have a life in the real. But my argument is like, you can dislike and hate my opinions all you want. At the end of the day, if we're going by who should have the better opinion, it should be the people with the most experience, and there aren't many people that have as much experience in gaming as I do.
Yeah.
But, you know, people, like, one of the last arguments I got into on Webwell Discord, this one drove me absolutely insane. I said I didn't really like Ragnarok. Oh, no. I actually said I liked Ragnarok a lot. And people are saying I couldn't have that opinion because I never played the original 3 God of War games. I mean, I've played them at friends' house, but they're not games I've owned where like I've beaten to completion. And that's a fair thing to say. You know, how can you say this is an amazing game when you never played the originals? Okay, cool. But yet when it came to Final Fantasy 16, people were discrediting my opinion. I'm like, whoa, hold up. How many Final Fantasies have you played? Wait, your first was 10 and 7? How are you allowed to have an opinion on that when you haven't started at the first one like I have? Oh, that's completely different. No, it's not. If you're telling me I can't have an opinion on a game because I haven't played every game in the series, then in reality, most people shouldn't be allowed to have opinions on any games besides me because I'm one of the few people that have played every game in the series. You can't have an opinion on any Dragon Quest. You can't have an opinion on any Personas. You can't have an opinion on any Shin Megami Tenseis. You can't have an opinion on any Final Fantasies. You can't have an opinion on every Street Fighters. Like, you're telling me, unless you've played them all, you can't have an opinion. Then nobody should have an opinion on 90% of things but me. And people got upset at that too.
Yeah, people are crazy. It's especially with Final Fantasy 16. Like, oh my god, that game is just. You can call it a good like, I want to say action game. You can call it a good action game, but you cannot call it a good RPG.
No.
You can't call it a good JRPG.
No,
you can't even call it a good Final Fantasy. I'm sorry.
It's a bad Final Fantasy game. It's a bad Devil May Cry game. I don't even know what kind of game it is, but it's not a good game in any genre. It's a half-baked JRPG and a half-baked Devil May Cry game. I knew there was an issue when I launched a fire attack at a bomb. I was like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. And it did damage. Wait, why did it do damage? It should heal a bomb. Or at worst, do no damage to a bomb.
Yeah, it's like no elemental weaknesses exist in that game. And that's just been a pioneer of what Final Fantasy is. Not just the RPG genre, just what Final Fantasy is.
That's just JRPG 101. Even freaking little kids in Pokemon get elemental damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people were telling me, "Oh, this game has the best boss fight." Oh, that's another thing, right? Hear me out on this. Up until Final Fantasy 16, I thought we hated QTEs. But now, Final Fantasy 16, we love QTEs, and Expedition, we love QTEs. Like, I thought we hated quick time events. And like I was expecting these huge, grandiose boss battles in FF16, but they were just glorified cutscenes and QTEs.
Yeah, I don't know when we started accepting QTEs at this point. I don't know. Maybe they were just in abundance, or after Resident Evil 4, OG Resident Evil 4, they were just in our face with every single game almost. But I don't know when they started to be accepted because we definitely hated them.
Oh,
they were just
they're just hypocrites of everything, man. It is just so annoying. And like, I like Expedition 33. I thought it was a good game. I think it's a great game, actually. I think everybody should buy the game. I think everybody should play the game. But the amount of dick sucking on that game was just like, oh my god. Like,
I haven't been able to talk about Expedition 33, but I will say the thing that I played so far, I think I've only played about like 10 hours. I have not been able to play that much. But it's like this. It was nothing that couldn't have been done like years ago. Like, I don't think it does anything in like all that like new.
Well, hear me out. Shokyo said in the first 5 hours that was a top 10 game of all time. You didn't feel that way?
No, not from what I played. So far, we'll see. I hear the ending is something. So
no, a top 10 game of all time, 5 hours in.
5 hours? What?
That's what he said.
Okay. Oh my god!
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't like listen to a lot of these people, and I like Shokyo. Yo, you know what's scary about Shokyo? When he first started, he was 16. Rev's child was an infant. Rev's child is now older than Shokyo when he started YouTube. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
But like, I like Shokyo. Shokyo's a good guy, good YouTuber and everything.
Yeah,
but
he's
like,
cool.
the fact that he would say something like that, I'm like, Shokyo, stop this. And then doubling down, and then I gotta listen to Neo GameSpark talk. I'm like, dog, if I hear you play Kingdom Hearts or Persona one more time, or praise another JRPG one more time, if this motherfucker is not playing Trails in the Sky first chapter, 11:59 p.m. to 12 a.m. on the first night live, we gonna have smoke. We gonna have smoke.
Now, that's crazy how Blandrew and Neo GameSpark haven't beat Trails series at all.
Oh, speaking of Blandrew, did you hear what Blandrew had said a couple weeks ago, JRPG guy?
Yeah, Chrono Trigger.
He said
what'd he
it's
say?
2025. I can't believe I haven't beaten Chrono Trigger yet. I was like,
Oh my god.
is this dude serious? Like these
Oh my
Nintendo
God,
guys
God.
and JRPG guys and RPG guys, like, how have you never beaten Chrono Trigger?
I don't have a problem with him not playing Chrono Trigger, but the problem is that he is saying on the late moment. Like, why are you saying that at this year all of a sudden? Just say, I haven't played Chrono Trigger years ago, and then you can say, hey, maybe I'll give it a try.
Dog,
I don't know how you have to play at all. Period. Seems pretty insane. Like you praise it so much. Like I think Blandrew. Like I'm cool with Blandrew. Blandrew is cool, but I still don't think he's beaten Persona 5. After when it first came out, he was saying it's perfect to play on the Switch. It's a perfect game. Persona 5 on Switch is the perfect game to play on there. And then it finally comes out on Switch. He still doesn't play it. Like I don't know what you're doing, buddy. Blandrew's a cool guy though.
I don't know. Some of my friends were like, if I was Blandrew, I would have taken that to the grave. I would have never even came out with that. That's what they said.
Yeah. He's like, well, who was asking about that? That's just something. That's just something you're just asking for, like negativity to come your way. I didn't beat Chrono Trigger. Like, come on, bro.
He should have said that. He should have kept it for himself.
Yep.
That's
he volunteered it. That shit was
Yeah,
that shit was funny. The back and forth he had with Hard 8 though. After all that shit that went down, he ended up going back on Weapon Wheel.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't think did. He say he was leaving. He did say he was leaving.
He made a whole spectacle about it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And he went back.
And then he went back. Hard 8 was like, damn, all that good energy just gone.
Yeah. Was it about Chrono Trigger? That whole thing.
I don't know, but like, I don't know, man. Like, people are free to do their own thing. People are free to do what they want, but like, it's very funny, right? Another criticism people have on me on YouTube is the way I look at people like NPCs. You're not real friends. You're just people. You're just associates. You're just people over the internet. Just whatever. After what transpired recently about, damn, it's been 6 months already since I've not been on Weapon Wheel. Time flew, didn't it? But after that whole thing transpired, was I wrong in how I felt about these actual people over the internet?
Nah.
Not at all.
I think exactly what my old man was saying. Don't make too much friends, because on one hand, if you make too much friends, some people will backstab you. Make your circle small. People you actually trust.
I mean, I have a big circle. I have a big circle in real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, to me, you just can't be trusting people that are just anonymously pretty much over the internet. You can't really do it. And I mean, let's be real. As many times as BG had people over in the real or had met up in the real, I could be on a train and into Brooklyn in under 2 hours, and I was not notified of any meetups or anything.
Yeah. That's crazy how you were invited. Like they had Jack move, Kids move. I think somebody else was in BG's house too.
Yep.
You weren't invited. That was hilarious. I'm sorry.
A nigga from Memphis that was living in trap houses was allowed in his space before me. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah,
And
that might have been something. Yeah.
my other argument, I was told, oh, it was a spur of the moment thing. We didn't know it was going down. I was like, hold up. Alex lives in like Arkansas or Alabama. Jack lives in Memphis. It's not a spur of the moment thing if plane tickets have to be purchased. Like, can we cut the bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Like, if the motherfuckers lived like an hour drive away, like they act like, oh, we just happened to be in town off of a flight. Like, come on, man. Let's be real.
I think that year the writing was on the wall, especially when Harden was saying that BG doesn't like you.
Well, he's
That
always
part with
made it clear that he's never liked me. He says that like
yeah,
I act like I'm cool or I do too many things, and he's like, "Oh, you're the guy that acts like you're high." I'm like, "Dog, everybody's a grown ass man. Like you go on vacations, you do things too. Like I'm not allowed to live my life." Like I don't understand why everybody else is allowed to go on vacations, go on cruises, go on honeymoons, or do this or do that, or have birthday parties or something. But like I'm just not allowed to do things. Apparently, it's bad when I go out and do things. I never really understood that. I mean, even Tony said, like, oh, nobody wants to hear about your stories. Nobody wants to hear about what you're doing. And yet Tony's the same one complaining that people are hating on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, you know, Tony be traveling. Tony be doing this. Tony be going places. Tony be, you know, making money, going to restaurants, posting chicks, whatever. And now people are hating on him and shit like that. He's like, oh, y'all are just haters. You're just jealous. I'm like, okay. Welcome to my world, Tony.
yeah, but he's a young dude. He's a young dude. He will understand later on when he gets older.
When he gets some hair on that face, he'll understand. Like, what am I supposed to like? Not like damn. They acted like they just wanted to be so robotic and just talk strictly about gaming. But if you're just talking about gaming, like you have to let people know a little bit about your personality, because if nobody knows about your personality, you're just a guy on the internet reading the YouTube news, and the GameCube just released this game, and Nintendo is not beating the PS2, and I can't wait. Like, it just sounds dumb. Like, people have to be able to know you. They don't need to know your personal life, but they need to know you to some degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True. True, but it's kind of like, you know, the YouTube algorithm and how people watch videos. They're kind of just clicking on what's like the current like news, what's the current events, what's currently going on. Like some of them don't even care about like the person as a whole. Like they just want to know, oh, the new controversy with the Nintendo Switch, or the new controversy with whatever game price is increasing. They'll click on the video.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I agree, but I'm saying, like, if you have a panel that you're watching every week,
okay, yeah.
I mean, you don't want to know like a little bit about their personality at all. You're complaining that I don't show up in After Dark, but and that was the reason. Why should I? That was the reason I didn't go. Like, why do I need to be on a podcast for 4 hours and go on After Dark when you just only want to hear anything I have to say anyway? Why should I even go?
I ain't gonna lie, Bond. I was subscribed to the Weapon Wheel like Patreon and After Dark, and when it was like when you weren't there, or Jack wasn't there, or BG, because BG just walks away after the podcast.
He just walks in, hits record, and leaves.
And I was like, I don't even care about all these other people that are talking at the moment, so I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna unsubscribe. I'm sorry.
There's just a bunch of people in there, like a rabid hornet that's just talking about dumb shit.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if
weird.
it's not dumb shit, it's shit that I just don't have any interest in. I don't really care about movies. I don't really care about music. I really don't care about what the daily rap beef is. I don't really care about what the daily ratchetness is. Like, I just don't really care about that stuff. I'd rather be, like, working out or playing a game. Because, like, again, as I stated in the beginning, my average day is wake up, work out, shower, go to work, come home from work, work out, do some more work, work out, play a little bit of games, take a shower, go to bed, wake up, do it all over again.
Basically that.
So it's like, why am I going to, like, stay on an After Dark with people I don't know, people I just want to talk dumbass shit, and then, like, you know, when I try to, like, make peace and everything, and let me be real, like, that Discord went nuclear 2 to 3 times I had to come in there and restore order. Like, look, everybody get in here.
Mhm.
It's the same thing we did on Hard Eight's podcast. Like, yo, everybody get in here, speaker beef, and hash shit out.
Yep.
Yeah, JW is
Unfortunately-
right. I've been on Webmail Podcasts sub since its inception, and Bond has been a sub since 2012. Bond was never a problem. People just didn't like his bluntness. Looking back, Bond was, I was never problematic. The only problematic nature I had is people didn't like being called out. And JW is right. People are way too sensitive to certain things.
Yeah, I think when I first watched your video back in 2013, playing games, the funny part was I was looking for the Wonderful 101 review, and I found your channel.
Oh, shit. I was probably making fun of
Damn
it
it.
because they dropped it on a GTA 5. They're like idiots.
And the funny part was with Ash Villian, you were making fun of him, and then he was showing his gun. That part was hilarious.
Yeah, like,
That one was very. I'm like, whoa.
people hate me so bad, like, correcting them and criticizing them. They're like pulling out guns on me and stuff.
That's sad.
Like,
It
Fat
should
Gamer
never
pulled
go
out
that
a gun
far.
on me. What the hell is his name? Blackie Lebowski pulled out a gun on me.
Yeah, that's Ash Villian.
Yeah, Smooth said he
Blackie
blow
Lebowski.
out my kneecaps. It was a good
That's
good
sad.
time. Like, for 5 years straight, people were threatening to, like,
Now the funniest part was when you wear a bulletproof vest on the video. That actually was hilarious.
oh god, his name Blackie Lebowski. I do remember
That
that.
one was
Yeah. That was a
that
good
one
time.
was hilarious, dude. 2 times.
He
And
tried
then
he tried to
next
come
year-
back like he was a different person. Like, nah, we know who you are, dog.
Even Next Gen 720 was calling a gang, sex, money, and murder
Yeah.
in New Jersey. I'm like, what?
Me and him are like, we don't talk, but we're actually on good terms now, though. And that's
That man
that's
was
what I'm saying. Like,
hilarious, dude.
everybody has pretty much squashed beef and been on good terms, except for Hard 8 and BG. And the funny
Yeah.
thing is, like, BG knows that he wasn't on good terms with Hard 8. And, like, the one thing I don't understand is this. Like, I have, like, the dirt, the insight, whatever you want to call it, the relevant files. Like, and I was like, Dan, you really thought you were going to get one over on me and not have me expose you? Like, in what world did you think that, like, hypothetically, if I ran a business and I was just trying to get rid of me, I would try to be as amicable about the separation as possible. You know what I mean? I would not try to do any underhanded shit. I would not like, look, man, like, I appreciate you, I like you, but like, we're moving on into a different way. It is what it is. It's cool, but like, none of that extra shit didn't even need to be done. It didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
It didn't.
I
Like,
agree.
a simple thing was like, look, man, like, it's been a good run. It's been cool, but like, we're moving in a different direction. Well, we're gonna have you on for like another month. You could like have like your final 4 episodes. Your going away tour is what it is. Whatever.
Yo, if you guys were all still together, the amount of money you guys would still be making would be insane. Y'all probably would be like you, BG, like the original like Weapon Wheel people, UBG,
Yep.
Hard 8. Y'all be making money hand over fist. Like y'all be probably making like $1,000 per member per month if you guys stuck together.
I mean, it was
and you
getting,
guys just hash shit out. It's
it was getting up there, but at the same time, and Smooth has been saying, I was like, how's that extra money doing? He's like, it really ain't even extra anymore. So,
Yeah.
like I said, dudes are just going through the motions at this point. Just get the little paycheck every month.
yeah, because it's guaranteed money. So why walk away from
Exactly.
it? So.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Like,
But that's,
it's like, again, like, look, man, like, we should go in a different direction. Like, it's kind of run its course. Everything's got to come to an end. We're gonna be last 4 episodes. Going away tour, say your goodbyes, whatever. Be cool about it, but no, like, I just don't understand why people got to be underhanded about shit. Just doesn't
That's
ever make
weird.
sense to me. And the even crazier part is, like, I made the comment, and it's been pretty, like, why would anybody want to do business with somebody that screwed somebody else in business? Like, you're a businessman, right? And you find like another business that wants to work with you screwed over its employer or its employee after 10 years. Like, why would you want to do business with them? Or why would you think other people would want to do business with you? And then the people
Yeah, it's
that do
weird.
want to do business with you, you're just a scummy to me. Because you just don't even care.
Yeah,
You don't got any ethics or morals.
that's unfortunate.
Very. But like I said, not my issue anymore. It's up to them. I wish we could have kept the whole band together again. Like I said, like we all knew BG didn't like me, but I still showed up and showed out for the people.
Would you go back, Bond, if BG?
No.
No, not at all. No, nothing can get you to go back.
I would have to have ownership stake of the podcast.
Wow, that's not happening.
Just for this.
And I think that would be fair because if I had ownership stake, then I could run things the way I'd want it to be run, or at least have legal input into how it's ran. Because then at that
I
point,
will admit,
it would
Bond,
be
you were definitely the only one that was willing to make changes and do more things, have extra stuff happening outside the pod. You were the only one vying for that.
Oh,
I feel like BG just was going for the minimal viable product. Like,
yeah, they never wanted to do anything. I was like, look, we used to do giveaways, right? We have all of these spare PC parts, spare mics, spare controllers, spare capture cards. Because we're always upgrading. I'm like, no, we could be giving these things away via giveaways. I was the one that wanted like the 100 like game streams. They don't do that anymore because they don't ever get 1,000 likes. Like I wanted to get the chat bot, like how like certain streamers have like that chat bot chime in and everything when a donation happens. I wanted to get the chat bot in because I was like, look, if the chat bot is in and people see that their message can get up there as soon as they donate, then other people want to do the same thing. It'll be a cascading effect. There was so many ideas I wanted to do and implement, and yet they just fell on deaf's ears. And then I get told that like I never did anything, I never wanted anything better. I was a distraction. All I did was sidebar the conversation. And from what I've heard, Jazzy Jefferson, all he be doing is instigating. And even BG be calling him the King Instigator.
Jazzy's hilarious, dude.
So like, yeah, I mean, you got to have somebody that, lightens the mood and things like that nature. And, with Jack not doing that and Smooth not doing that, maybe Jazzy's doing it, I don't know. But, like, there were so many ideas I had and, like, they just didn't want to listen. I would tell them in the Discord. I would tell them on Twitter. I would tell them during the pre-shows, post-shows, after. They're just happy doing the bare minimum and just copying whatever Kofi's template is to just continue doing what they're doing.
Yeah, that's honestly what it seems like. Like they just want to hit that live stream button and just that's it, and put on the mic and that's it.
That's kind of what Tony's been talking about. Because every time Kofi has a new template, it's not too far along that Weapon has the same template as well.
I remember that as well back then. People were making fun of BG about the whole when Kofi has a template, BG was copying it. So, and Kofi was making fun of it as well.
Yeah.
That time.
No,
it's actually hilarious, dude.
Who do you guys normally watch getting off Weapon Wheel?
Lately I've been watching the Electric Underground about how gaming, let's say the difficulty in games has been low lately. And he goes in depth about games itself. Let's say Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive, shoot 'em up games.
I'm looking at his channel right now. I want to subscribe to him, see what he's about.
Yeah, he also has his Nintendo Switch 2 review, and he was not happy with it.
I hear a lot of people complaining about the screen.
Yeah, it's LCD now instead of OLED.
Yeah,
People prefer
that's
OLED.
another reason I won't buy a Switch too. It's a direct sequel to the original Switch, not the Switch OLED. That just sits so wrong with me. You could have did the OLED technology, but you chose not to, just for just getting that out year 4, year 5, or whatever. It's
Wander
so
Yeah, and I
weird.
think
Wander says
yeah,
you were kicked in January. Why is BG still a topic? Well, because Tony was the topic of this video, and Tony was the one that brought up BG and Alex and Dreamcast Guy and other people. Wander, people I rarely ever you've never seen me make a video about Dreamcast Guy. You've rarely seen me make a video about Alex. I have not made a video about BG in months and months and months and months and months. But if you're wondering why is BG still a topic, well, because the topic is Tony's video today. And if you go watch Tony's video, you will understand. And then there was a super chat real quick. Or no, I was wrong. Oh, yeah. Bonds brought the Myron Gaines to the podcast. You know what's funny?
Who's Myron Gaines?
Is that fresh and fit, dude?
No, he said, oh, he wants you to bring Myron Gaines to the podcast.
I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie, I do watch Myron Gaines. I'm not gonna say lie. I do watch him. Sometimes he makes some really good points. I don't agree with everything he says, but I do watch.
That's another good.
Funny part is-
That's another good point. People don't understand. Like, if I watch person A, people think I have to believe in everything person A
Yep.
says. It's like, no, like I don't like. Look, I don't believe in everything, or like, why can't I just watch somebody either A for an enjoyment or B? Now, I will agree with this. If you watch somebody, chances are you agree with the majority of what they say. Is that fair?
That's fair.
But I wouldn't say you agree with everything. I would say at least 51%, because if you're not agreeing with at least 51% or even at least half, I'm not going to probably watch somebody I disagree with.
Agreed. Yeah. Or maybe you're hate watching. I don't know, because a lot of people do that.
I
Sometimes.
never understood that. You need a life if you're hate watching. It's like,
Yeah, it's weird.
oh, it's just way too much shit to do. Like, you need to like hit the gym or something. You hate watching. But yes, Wander, if that's what you're asking, that is your answer.
I think, let's say, I do also watch RPG channels as well, and Yo Video Games.
Yeah, I watched that.
And
What's that?
Tech.
David, JRPG guy?
Yeah, David Fink.
Yes, I
and
watched
Vincent.
him.
Yeah, that guys, alright.
Dude be hitting,
I didn't
he be hitting
accept-
the gym.
Yeah, he trained for years. He definitely trained for years. But the one thing I didn't agree with him was about Tales of Arise. That part was I was
Does he like
questioning.
it or does he hate it?
He liked it.
I like it a lot too.
Okay. I didn't. I like when I look back at Tales of Arise, I have more dislike for it than I have like.
Why?
Because I feel like the game was manufactured around its DLC. I don't like the fact that CP was the healing mechanic for the most part. Enemies were pretty much really spongy. And then the end game story, the last dungeon was just a trek, a hell of a trek to get through. I just hated it.
I agree. I think my problem was it starts very strong at first, then later down the line it was a bit questionable parts.
Yeah,
Why did
it's like the second half they just did an exposition dump
Yeah.
when they got to that other I don't know how without spoiling it, but it's like other place they got to another place and they just
Yeah.
started exposition dumping and I was just like, y'all ran out of time, y'all ran out of budget, y'all ran out of something. It was just so boring. And what's crazy is the Tales of Grace's remaster came out recently. I almost no life that because I was just enjoying it so much. I was like, at the end of the game, when the credits roll, I was like, this is a fucking Tales game. This is a fucking Tales of game. I don't know what the fuck Tales of Arise was, but this was a fucking Tales of game.
What game? What Tales game is this?
Tales of Grace app.
Tales of what?
I beat. Wait, I will.
Hold
write
on. Which
it.
Tales game? Berseria?
Tales of Grace's F.
This one. I sent on the.
That was on PS2, wasn't it?
No, PS3 and the Nintendo Wii first, but then later was the F version on the PS3. I bought the import version first. Great game.
So it was remastered on newer hardware.
Yeah, it just got remastered it released like a couple of months ago, remastered.
I think
I
that
beat-
the reason why I liked Arise a lot was Alpha and Shion. Normally you have romance relationships in these JRPGs that's like super vague or super cringy or ambiguous or something. Like they actually were a straight up couple that came together.
Yeah.
And I
After a
thought
while, yeah.
I thought that was
games,
pretty
yeah.
cool. So I think they definitely held it down.
I think my criticism about Arise was enemy variety in most part in the game.
Yep.
You have wolves, you have this, you have that, and then in the next area you have the same one with a different color. And I'm like, did you not put effort on enemy variety in video games? Mostly in Tales of series, it is known to have more enemy variety.
Yeah, it would be the same amount of enemies, like type of enemies that you run into in Tales of games, but you do got a lot more variety than you got in Arise. It's weird. But how long has it been since Arise came out? Aren't we due for another one? Where's the next Tales of game
2021.
announced?
You know what
2021.
we're very overdue for? A Dragon Quest game.
Bro, where's 12? Like they announced that like God knows how long ago. We don't even have. Do we have some concept art or at least like where is that game? Like Jesus.
I think they're busy with other Dragon Quest games, remasters and stuff.
They don't need to be.
It's like the main team working on
Get
that.
the new shit out. That was one of the last contentious things about Weapon Wheel, though. You know this stupid thing with people on like DEI and Sweet Baby Inc. and this, that, and the other. I think what was said was, oh, I don't care about what a character, who they sleep with, their gender, their sex, whatever. But like, he legitimately said he hated using Sylvando.
That was hilarious.
You remember that though, right?
Yeah,
And I
that.
caught him in that. I'm like, dog, like, stop lying. Like, you literally said you don't like using Sylvando because he's zesty.
Yep, he definitely said that.
But I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I just.
But you pointed it out. But it seemed like at that point you just pointed it out, Bond, and he just got.
I didn't even say anything. I do what I always do. I don't say shit. I just use your own words so that you say. Like, people just need to hold responsibility for shit they say. That's all they need to do. Have I said some wrong things in my life? Yes. Have I said some fucked up shit in my life? Yes. Have I apologized and known it? Yes. But there are certain people, and no names will be given. You already know who they are. But there are certain people that will never apologize for anything they say.
That's the sad part. It's mostly due to pride.
Too much.
Oh, I think I watched also Kiseki Nut.
See,
he's definitely a cool guy.
See, unfortunately, I have everything Kiseki and everything Tails blocked on my YouTube.
That's so smart.
Don't want to see
that's a
nothing.
smart move.
Especially because Japan was getting the games for us. I have all that shit blocked.
Yeah, I was discussing like one of the Tales games that somebody is going through, and I was like, I just clicked on it just to see where they were at, and I got like final boss of Kizaki spoilers. I'm like, what, bro? Like, how?
I used to hate when BG would do that shit. He'd like upload final boss battle, and like the boss would be in the thumbnail. I'm like, dog, stop.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Praise the Don 199. Bomb, what's your diet? Trying to get back in the gym. Here's my diet. No soda. Barely minimal sugar. No alcohol. Look, if you're going to drink alcohol, there's plenty of non-alcoholic varieties you can get that taste pretty much the same as beer. If you want to go out to the bars, the clubs, to hang out with your friends, you want to be social, there's plenty of non-alcoholic beers you can get. Alcohol does nothing for your body. All it is destructive. All it does is waste your body's resources to try to detoxify yourself, as opposed to doing what it needs to do: heal, build muscle, nutrition, whatever. As far as what I eat, I like to buy those bagged hard-boiled eggs. Those are always a good snack. You can just eat them. Don't eat more than 6 a day. 4 is good. You can eat them. Eggs have no calories. As far as greens, I'll go broccoli, spinach, kale. Definitely more
Good choice.
in the order. I'll go with spinach, broccoli, then kale. I think kale is absolutely disgusting. One thing I have in the kitchen back there is that Ninja Crispy air fryer. I will go to grocery stores like Wegmans or the Giant. You can get meat for $5 a pound. All kinds of fucking good meat, like chicken breasts, etc. You just throw it in there, half a pound at a time, 15 minutes on the Ninja Crispy on air fry mode. You'll get some good meat. So pretty much meat and greens, no soda, no alcohol, no sugar. Try to keep the carbs down low, and yeah, the pounds will just burn off you. You'll be able to see more definition in your body. You'll be able to see more abs. I mean, I'm not like a super big fitness junkie because I try to keep my weight low because y'all know I have bad knees. But I got a bench right here. Let me grab it. I got 2 sets of these variable weights right here, and they go up to 55 pounds each. So I just get on the bench. I'll lift those. I have an elliptical in the bedroom, an hour and a half on that on max settings. You can probably burn 1,000 calories a night. I have a row machine in the bedroom as well. I have an ab roller right here. Bust out a couple hundred of those a day. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's like a 10-pound medicine ball. Do some Russian twists with it. Like, I try to be active. Like, even in the middle of like Helldivers games and stuff. You ever play Helldivers? We're guys. Marvel, Helldivers, any multiplayer game I'm doing. Whenever people are in loadouts or something, I can bust out 100 push-ups, bust out like sit-ups, bust out the ab roller or whatever. I also have this thing. I need to start using it more. Let me grab it. Ah,
Is that perfect plank?
yeah, it's a plank board.
I was thinking about getting one of those.
It's pretty fucking good though.
Nice.
Those damn Canadians, Edge and Christian.
Yeah, I was literally thinking about ordering one of those. Yeah,
It's good. Just get on it like 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes before bed. Or actually, no, 5 minutes before. That's 15 minutes a little aggressive for planking, but it's pretty good. So, like, yeah, that's a lot of my exercising and stuff can be done gaming. Like, I joke around and call like Helldivers buff divers. Like, every time we complete a mission, I know my loadout. I know what I'm doing. So, whenever everybody's people's choosing their loadout or doing other things, I just do something. Whether it's like the medicine ball, get 20 reps in on the bench, plank it, ab roll it, medicine ball it. Just try to stay active. Am I on a calorie deficit? Yes.
wow.
I don't think I really like
In my opinion,
eggs.
yeah.
Real quick, eggs aren't high in calories. Eggs, broccoli, kale, spinach are basically nothing in calories. Salmon, chicken in the air fryer is pretty much nothing in calories. And I keep carbs down, and I barely eat any sugar, so I'm pretty lean. I'm pretty lean. I mean, you can see me right on camera. I'm a pretty lean guy. I'm not on that weapon meal diet.
Weapon wheel. Well, yeah, definitely. In my opinion, definitely cut out the soda. Jesus,
Yep.
that they don't ever drink your calories. It's just no point.
I mean, I have a body type like Neo GameSpark, but I'm not as big as Neo GameSpark, obviously, because one, he'd be hitting the gym way more than me, and two, his goals are different than me. He likes, and there's nothing wrong with what he's trying to do, but he's trying to get muscular, get bulky, like, because I got bad knees. They say, like, for every what was it, like every 10 pounds of weight you lose, you take off like X amount of pressure off your knees. It's something drastic, but if I can find it, I'll show it to you. But yeah, I don't want to be like bulky at all. That's my diet. The hint.
That's good. Take a bit more muscle and a bit balance in between is a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm lean and the abs are showing a little bit of definition, I'm good. I mean, let's see real quick. I don't want to show my like entire Instagram, but I can bring this on screen. If it wants to load.
Actually, Bon, I gotta go. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Right
Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Well, yeah, like this is pretty much my body type right here. I'm not jacked or anything. I'm just a toned, regular looking dude. But yeah, we're about to wrap it up, guys. So shout out your channels if you got one, JRPG guy.
Yeah, guys, subscribe to Mr. JRPG Shadow. Doing videos every so often when I can, if I'm not busy with work, and having the podcast when I can. Yeah, and Bon, thanks for having me on. And also, Bon, I have to thank you. You're the guy that got me hooked on 60 FPS until you said something way back in the day. I didn't realize what it was, and then I started to hunt down computer stuff and realized what a 60 FPS was and how hertz work, and I was just like, my eyes were open. So
it's not about the amount of frames, it's about the quality of the frames.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
True.
It's all good. I appreciate it. Yeah, but a lot of people find people for different things. Like a lot of people completely forget, like until I came to YouTube, everybody just thought PC gamers were nerds and nobody cared about PC at all. Period.
I did got into PC gaming years ago, but then I stopped playing on PC back in 2007, 2010. Maybe 2010, 2011, I played a lot of other games as well, older games. And then later down the line, around 2016, I started building my own PC.
That's what's up.
For the first time. So yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I'm not looking back anymore on console lately, but maybe for exclusive, maybe then I get. But then lately, as of late, nah, I'm good.
I hear that.
Maybe Nintendo, but that's what it is.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all coming out. Drop your comments and join the Discord, because if you're in the Discord, you can always come in and join any discussion. It's free. It's open.